Welcome to Gale at Night. So, in Harris County, there's been this big shift in how the courts are running. Friday was officially the last day on the job for the county's 6 federally funded associate judges. Now, these weren't just extra judges just sitting around. They were the ones stepping in to help handle the massive backlog of felony cases in Harris County's criminal courts. Basically, they were keeping the system from completely choking on its caseload. Retired District Judge Mike Schneider explained it like this: "We just don't have as many district courts as you would in jurisdictions of similar size, like Chicago or Los Angeles." And he would know. Schneider's seen firsthand how overloaded Harris County courts can get. Even with new courts recently approved at the state level, judges here are still drowning in cases. The catch is, Harris County can't just create new courts on its own. That power rests with the state. So 3 years ago, the county brought in 6 associate judges. Their paychecks came from federal COVID-19 relief money. But that money has run out and is not coming back. And when county leaders passed this year's budget, they didn't include those positions. Now, not everybody agreed with that decision. Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo voted against the budget. But the commissioners who approved it say they'd rather spend money on other strategies like bringing in visiting judges. That sounds fine in theory, but Schneider pointed out you can't do it without funding. They're not working for free. So we've got a new budget, a new strategy, but the same old problem Harris County has been fighting for years. A clogged court system and overcrowded jails. Right now, records show almost 8,700 inmates are packed into the Harris County Jail, and another 1,200 are being held in other states just because there's no room here.
The Harris County judge confirms that today was the last day of work for Harris County's 6 federally funded associate judges.
For 3 years, they have taken on cases at the county's felony criminal courts, stepping in to alleviate the system's backlog of cases.
Our Pooja Lodi is live at the courthouse to show us what it means for the criminal justice system.
You know, there really is no disagreement at all on whether or not Harris County's criminal courts are overloaded. Anybody you ask will tell you that. But there is quite a bit of disagreement on how best to fix the problem.
The Harris County Jail is packed. Jail records show 8,696 inmates and more than 1,200 people being held in other states simply because there's no space for them here. And with courts backed up, records show the average length of stay here in jail is 161 days. County Judge Lena Hidalgo on Wednesday said the problem is going to get worse.
So this is going to lead to a major increase in the jail population, which, as you know, ends up sending inmates to Louisiana or Mississippi at a cost of well over $100 million.
Harris County's new budget passed this week without funding for the felony court's 6 associate judges and their staff members. The program had been paid for with federal COVID relief funding, called ARPA for short. The decision not to include it in this year's budget has led to some interesting exchanges at Commissioner's Court, like this from Wednesday.
We actually invested $2.6 million in emergency response dockets, and that was recommended as a higher and better use of the funds.
They're going to be fired on Friday.
This is an ARPA program that we were very clear. So please stick to the facts.
Are there any ARPA projects funded in your budget?
Point of order. I'd like the chair to
when he
focus
does
back on
that,
the
it means
agenda.
I'm saying something important.
Hidalgo voted against this year's budget. The county commissioners who voted for it said they are funding other measures they consider more effective, like using visiting judges to alleviate the backlog in cases. Mike Schneider is a retired district judge.
These associate judges on the criminal side, they're working weekends, holidays, all the time to make sure there are enough hearings, enough resources to keep the system moving.
He worries victims will end up seeing the biggest impact from laying off associate judges.
But as far as conducting a bond hearing on a weekend, you can't just have somebody from a probation department do that. It has to be a judge.
We have reached out to the district attorney's office as well as to multiple sitting judges to find out their perspective on this issue. We did not hear back.
And this brings us to real cases like that of Roda Osman. Her case is moving through the Harris County Courthouse. So far, it looks like prosecutors have been pressuring her toward a plea deal. But with fewer judges and longer wait times, the question is, does this end in a plea or does it actually make it to trial? Let me know what you think in the comments. Special shout out to my supporters, RPA and Shauna Ward. Thank you for your generous donations. If you'd like to support my channel, my Cash App will be in the description. This is Gail at Night. Thank you all for watching and thank you for supporting. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and set the bell to all.